Hi everyone. So this video is specifically for new players to Counter-Strike, and yeah, I just want to give you guys some tips over here. So the first thing that you would want to do is try and set some of your game settings. Now, one of the two things that's very important is your crosshair that you can play with, and the second one is going to be your mouse sensitivity. Now, the reason why your mouse sensitivity is important is because you don't want to go to a point where you flick your mouse too much. It means your movement speed and you can completely miss an enemy. So what I do is I like to set mine on 110. I don't have any DPI settings on my mouse, but that does change the way I do play a game. I'll show it to you in game. It'll have a better effect. The second one is, a lot more preference to you. So depending how you want to have your crosshair, if you want a center dot or if you don't, however you want to play it. At some point, I just played with a dot. I even know some people that play with nothing. I don't know how they get it right. They say it's easy, but yeah, and then you also don't want to choose a color that's going to blend in with any scenery around it. So that's a few things that's very important when choosing the right placements of it. So in some of my next videos, I'll be covering your inventory, what type of guns you want, what you don't want, choosing what basically would work for you. And the other thing that's very important is where do you want your frames per second to be, depending on what type of graphic card you have, what you don't have. So you want to display your frames per second. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you this, but in Steam, if you just Google Steam FPS, it will bring up a small FPS counter for you. Obviously, you don't want everything at high, because that will mean slower reaction times. It's not how beautiful the game looks, it's how effective you are. So medium to low is what I would recommend. You don't need fancy things like motion blur. You just want to have the basics, because at the end of the day, it's about your reaction time that's going to make the most of it. There's a website called Leetify. Please go check it out. Leetify. That will give you kind of, one of the statistics they give you is, how good was your reaction time? How many milliseconds it's got. And it tells you per rank, are you good or are you bad in that? How's your utility usage? And starting off the game, when you get into the game, what you want to be is you want to start off with casual. So you want to play Dust, you want to play Diffusal, Group Delta. These are where most of the maps in the competitive groups are right now. On here you've got Vertigo, but it all depends. Why did you come to the game? If you want to be a bit competitive, it's good to stick to the competitive ones. How do you know which ones are competitive? So after you've reached private rank 2, that's the rank you'll see here, you'll be able to have access to competitive matchmaking. So you'll see it's these ones that's marked. Scrimmage maps. These are maps if you want to practice with friends, where your matchmaking will not be measured. You won't use ELO. I'll discuss in some later videos what's ELO, but it's basically what determines your rank. And then you've got different ranks. So you've got your competitive rank, you've got a wingman rank, you've got a danger zone skill group rank. But what is important to most people out there is what's your matchmaking rank. You have to play 10 games, win 10 games, sorry, not play 10 games, win 10 games, for you to get your competitive rank, and from there on you do receive higher ranks, lower ranks, depending how you play. And yeah, guys, please follow me on Twitch. You see it there. I'll be doing a lot of things on a website called www.technologyblog.co.za. So the dots are just not there. But that's where you'll be able to see how to get from silver, work your way up into Nova. So that's what I'm going to be spending the rest of my next few weeks on, explaining what to do, how do you rank up. It is important to practice, because what often happens is we think, okay, let's jump on, let's start playing, I'll get better, let's get higher ranks, I'm just going to be competitive. And that's totally the wrong way to adjust it. And what I'm about to tell you is not confirmed, but there's a theory around it. So your ranking based on the amount of matches you've played will determine, how quickly you'll rank up. Because if you've won 1,000 matches and you are still silver, it's going to be difficult to rank up out of them. Maybe you've improved so much, but because you're still in those ranks, it's difficult to get out there. Not confirmed. There are rumors on the internet about it. Then you want to consider one of two things before you get any rank. Get Prime. You can get Prime in two ways. You can either reach rank 21, or you can buy it. So whatever way you would prefer to get it. But yeah, guys, so I would recommend whenever you start off, be that just starting up the game, be it just starting playing the game, go play Deathmatch. Deathmatch teaches you a bit of quicker response time, so let's join a random Deathmatch. And then from there on, you'll start to get better. Some of the most important things you want to consider is you want to be playing either with an M4 or with AK, depending if you're counter-terrorist or terrorist, because the most valuable weapon you do want to have, especially as a counter-terrorist, is an AK. You can pick up from someone because of the one-tap headshots, even if somebody buys from us. Now remember, remember one thing that, what do I want to tell you guys? I can't remember what I wanted to say. I'll just remember in a moment. So, you need to buy armor when playing in matchmaking in casuals, and deathmatch is not included. Reactions there from them. So yeah, running around. You want to be running around, moving you can press F3 if you want to switch off your automatic weapon selections. So let's go. As you can see, you just have to control your spray control. So when you hit the oops. But there's potential one-tap headshot all the time, just one-tap. That was untouched one-tap, but there we go. So that's really what you want to focus on.
Good shooting!
And it just helps you to... Oops, that's an extra knife me. Unfortunately, don't get upset at certain people. Never do that. Too many bullets wasted. Then I had to focus on reloading.
Counter-terrorists win.
You will be able to see, where your opponents are, where your allies are. But yeah, guys, that was just a quick intro. Nice short video. And then you can just vote on to your next map. I'll just go into Nuke, and I thank you guys for watching this video.